Back then, all we needed to do was to give the athletes shoes. That's all we needed to do.
And have you seen that kind of, I guess, influencer and ambassador world and financial relationships change over the years? I mean, you know, going from, let's say, the mid 70s or whatever we were talking about then, you know, through to today. I mean, again, to contextualise this, you know, we're filming this in, you know, in September 2020, and obviously despite you know, I guess, dire financial circumstances for, you know, for many businesses and many individuals, there's still, you know, enormous deals are still going on out there, you know, particularly in athlete endorsement, and, you know, and many of the top name athletes you look at now, despite the massive earnings that they get, that those earnings are still dwarfed by you know, by the ambassador deals, the sponsorship deals that they do. I mean, I take it that wasn't really the case back then.
Back then, all we needed to do was to give the athletes shoes. That's all we needed to do. We didn't need to pay massive amounts. Adidas had been obviously paying good amounts to athletes. You know, they, particularly in soccer, they paid a lot of money, and there was a lot of rumours going around of dollars in shoes and all those sort of things. I think it's before really and truly amateurism was sort of became professionalism, and most athletes slowly became professional, really, because they were being paid. They had to be paid. Back when grandfather was sort of producing his shoes and giving his shoes to people like Harold Abrahams, the athletes themselves had to be wealthy, because not many athletes could afford to go to these Olympic Games. You know, nobody bothered sponsoring. It was very much an amateur sport in those days. As everything dropped the amateur label, then money started to influence. And yes, you need influencers, but the biggest influence for Reebok really came with the aerobics.
I mean, do you think in the future we ever may see a U-turn on this? I mean, do you think there'll be a day where someone like Puma, who's just, you know, sponsored Neymar 23 million quid, I mean, do you think they might look back and go, what the hell were we doing? You know what, sod this, we're going to ditch all this influencer marketing budget. No. And you think it'll just be higher and higher spending as more and more money's ploughed into sports?
Yes, they're entertainers.